How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more B Rally 2. And I guess today I'm gonna try to, finish the game, though I'm kind of halfway through, and I don't know how hard the remaining stuff can be, but I think we should be fine. So, one thing that I have left, well, yeah, the Audio Quattro was the car I was gonna use yesterday, because it's one of the... It's the latest secret car I unlocked pretty much, and I wanted to use it here on the final trophy of this mode. And then there is a championship mode. That's the one that I'm afraid the most of, because this one, I don't think it should be a problem, but I think that the championship mode could be an issue. And not to mention, these are a lot of races. It's probably gonna take quite some time. 16 races. I know that some of these are probably gonna be pretty short, especially the ones that are simply like, you know, the typical
medium right, very long, open,
like trail that doesn't have laps. So, okay, I need to get used to the controls though.
medium left, long,
This is the kind of game that... Wait, hold up. This is the same category as the Lancia Stratos? No way.
flat left,
But the Lancia Stratos is way slower, isn't it? Or are there two Lancia Stratos in this game?
very long, open,
Because it's very clear that the... It say that the Lancia Stratos was 200 something horsepower, right? But this one is 340 something. I mean, I know that horsepower doesn't equal speed, but
flat right,
with a difference like that, and well, I didn't check the weight though, I guess.
flat left, very long,
I'm surprised because they shouldn't be part of the same category. I do know that the Audio Quattro cannot be from the same category as the other ones, but the Stratos should definitely not be in the same category as this car. So yeah, there's something weird in here.
medium right, very long, open,
But for now we're also seeing that both of the Stratos are completely,
flat left, long, tighten,
well, on dead last. So hold up. Is this even the Audi Quattro, or... Because the second place doesn't even... It has a different name, doesn't it?
open, over,
R5TU? Huh. Unless that's a different car, but it kinda looked like it was the same car as mine, right?
right, long, open,
They accidentally picked something other than the Audi Quattro. Am I going insane? Maybe all of these things are true at the same time, but... Well, this one is an Audi. I mean, if it's not only it says Audi, but it's also the Audi logo. No, that's actually a different car, isn't it? That R5TUI. Yeah, well, no, it clearly is. You can see that it's a different sprite on the leaderboard, but can these things even compete against me? Because I know that the Stratos shouldn't be able to compete against me, but I don't think that the other one is any different, right? It's a little bit weird. Like, this race is gonna be a free victory, and this only started.
flat right, long, open,
I mean, you can tell that I'm going way faster than these guys
tighten,
in a straight. Like, yeah, if I get caught up, it's because I make a mistake, but these guys are not faster than my car, not even close.
medium left,
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I think the issue here is that
max left, long,
it's a car that is fast, that is trampled with other cars that are clearly slower. Well, alright. I didn't really want a free ticket to victory, honestly, but I guess it will be the case. But it's also too early to say.
over crest,
Maybe I'm just getting too cocky. Though at the same time, let's assume that the championship mode is hard, or rather, at least one of the championships in the championship mode is hard. If I wanted to make it easy, I can probably just pick this car, and if the competition picks those other ones, they will get obliterated. Alright. So what car is the other one, by the way? I don't recognize it. Kind of looks like one of the, like a Fiat, if I had to say, but I don't know. It would be nice if it said, but for some reason it refuses to say. No, it's a Renault. Okay, well, we know it's a Renault.
Medium right, long, open, over crest.
Well, close enough.
Medium left, very long, tight.
So actually,
Over crest.
what I keep forgetting, it's one of the things that regardless of how many times it's being told to me, I always end up forgetting. Is Fiat Italian or is it French? Because Renault, I know it's French, but Fiat, I don't know. I mean, it's European for sure, but I always have it in the fence if it's Italian or French.
Fast left, long. Medium
But
right,
regardless, I don't think there are Fiat cars in this game, are there?
very long, tighten.
And right now I'm using a Sherman car, an Audi. I don't know where Lancia is. A part of me will also want to assume it's Italian simply because of the name and the colors. But I don't know, I will have to look it up. It seems that I'm
Congratulations! You finished first!
winning this by a lot. It's the first time that I pick a car and the opponents that get picked are very clearly not in the same level. Like every other time it has been balanced, even when I pick the other secret cars. Like one of the secret cars, for example, had the same horsepower as the regular heavyweights. Oh, this was the track that was in arcade mode. The one that I say that it looks gorgeous, because it does. Is it the exact same track? Well, it's hard to tell if tracks have repeated so far, I guess I haven't paid that much attention, but... yeah, I think it is the same track. I mean, this is a very unique track, so it's hard to tell it apart from other ones.
Max left, long. Medium right, long, open.
Oh.
Max left, long.
Maybe it's just the fact that this Audi Quattro didn't really have any category that it belonged to, and they just dumped it with those. It seems that, well, at least according to the CPU, like that both the Lancia Stratos and the Renault are very close to each other, so they might actually belong to the same category, but not this one. I mean, if that's the case, I don't know why they didn't just dump it with the default heavyweights, like with the World Rally thingy. Would have been a better idea.
Max left, long, tighten.
Yeah, I guess no.
Tighten. And medium right, long. Medium right, very long, open.
That essentially means that a very free
Max left, long.
trophy remains here, because I don't see myself losing this. There is always the chance, considering that you're not allowed to retry a race that I get into a super bad accident and I lose like 15 seconds, and that can easily make me lose any advantage that I had. Aside from
medium right, very long.
like a very bad situation like that, doesn't seem like that I can possibly lose here.
You finished first.
We will see though. It could happen. But for now, I guess that only a matter of just going forward. It's also crazy how much different
3,
the length
1, go!
on the races that have laps is compared to the races that are simply trails. And I don't know if the championship mode is gonna have only trails or not, because the thing is that if it tries to mimic more of a rally mode, it very obviously shouldn't even have laps. It should all have trails that go from point A to point B. So will that be the case? I don't know. At least if that's the case, it should be something very quick to do. It can still be very hard, I guess. Keep in mind that championship mode will be essentially like a time trial mode, so the AI is pretty much not an AI. Though I don't know how the game will simulate it. Like, will it be static times that you have to beat? Like they always use the same ghost, to call it some way, right? And you just have to race against that, or is it actually simulated like here, where you have opponents, but it's just that they don't show the opponents, and obviously you cannot crash against them either. I wonder how it will be. Curious to see what's the next car that I'm gonna unlock. I hope it's that one that had like a very high rear wing, which is basically like the fastest category that I've seen so far in the game. The one that had more than 400 horsepower. Would be nice if it was that one. I wanna see it. But another thing that I also know how it's gonna work is that there are 10 secret cars, but there are only 9 big things that unlock something. So is the 10th one simply gonna unlock when you beat them all, or is there gonna be some secret competition that I don't know about? Because as I say, I never fully beat this game for what I remember. I might be wrong, maybe I did beat it, but I don't remember that being the case. Going to Sweden. See, that's the reason why I gotta be very careful when I skip, like when I unlock the frame limiter, which is essentially fast forwarding the emulation. Because sometimes what can happen is that you fast forward too much that this starts without you. It's less common in emulators that are from more modern consoles, because usually your PC won't handle the frame rate going too high. This is a PlayStation 1 game, which means that your PC, assuming that it's not very old, can probably handle like more than 500 frames per second. And 500 frames per second essentially means that the game will go Well, considering that this is the PAL version and it runs at 50 frames per second, it will literally run 10 times faster. So you have to be very careful with how long you press the fast forward button. But what I personally do is not really keep it pressed, but rather I press it in bursts, right? Like I press it once, release, press it once, release, right? If you just hold it, it's impossible to calculate properly. You're gonna miss time, basically. I prefer running the risk of doing that rather than waiting for the emulation, for the loading screen to be over normally. Not to mention that I don't even know if I can finish everything today. Like, that's my idea, it's what I wanna do. Really nice stun there. I was about to say that I don't know how long the championship mode can take. It will take a long time.
Congratulations! You finished first!
How many seconds of advantage do I have so far? Uh, 40, right? Yeah. When I'm going back to my home track. And here it's raining, huh? It reminds me that where I live, the heat is starting to slowly approach. Like today, for example, well, you can probably see with the fact that I'm not wearing the usual coat I wear, that it is getting hotter. What the hell was that 360, dude? That was definitely not a place that you wanted to do a 360. Anyways, I was about to say that, yeah, it's getting quite hot in here. And it's not gonna get extremely hot yet, because that's really gonna start happening in January. The summer really slowly approaching. Without a doubt. It's there. Come on, dude. And why did they put so many of these stupid ass corners in my country? Like, that's 3 of them in a single track. Unbelievable. They really want to represent that life here is suffering. Want to represent it in an artistic way by putting these 90-degree corners. Because the worst part is that they put 90-degree corners, but if you miss the corner, you go like a couple of meters and like it will force you to go in reverse. So a little bit messed up on them. Yeah. I guess life here is not very easy indeed. Well, much less in the place that track most likely takes place. Life there, but I have a distant family member that lives in one of those places in the northwest, and it's like hell on earth because it's extremely hot in most times of the year, and in summer you essentially cannot go outside. It's like a life hazard to go outside on summer on those places. And aside from that, they are places that are so far from capital city that you barely have medical attention, you barely have like good infrastructure for most things, and well, that added to the fact that there's not much to do because you're essentially in the middle of nowhere. You don't even have a sea or anything, like you're in a landlocked province. Those places are definitely the equivalent of playing in hard mode, without a doubt.
Congratulations.
Thankfully I don't live there. Is this Assetto Corsa Rally? Yeah. You can see the graphics look. This is how they look in minimum, you know, guess my computer cannot run it at maximum, so I just put the graphic on minimum and it looks like this. I will say it still looks pretty good though. Hey, how is it going, Lance? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, even the UI changes. Can you believe that? It's not just the graphics, the UI also changed to fit the lower graphics. Can you believe that? They really thought of everything. Assetto Corsa always ahead of the curve, ahead of the competition. Look at this last generation bleeding edge rain physics. Look at the innovation here. You can even see the car getting dirty on the rear. This is definitely some state-of-the-art technology. See, even the accidents very real too. Quite crazy that this is in early access, right? When it's already this polished. But being serious now, Assetto Corsa Rally, there are so many people that talk well about that game that it almost tempts me to buy it. There are two problems though. The first problem is that it's in early access. So by basically moral principle, I don't buy shit in early access normally. But even if that wasn't enough, I also don't think it has enough single player content for me. So yeah, unfortunately Assetto Corsa Rally, I don't think that is gonna be for me. But I do admit that it looks very good. But actually, you know, I said about the minimum graphics. I actually saw how the minimum graphics look in that game, and it looks like it still looks very good. Like it looks like as if it was a PS3 game. Like it looks fantastic, and obviously at top graphic, it's probably one of the best looking racing games so far, without exaggerating. So it has a lot of nice things, but quite honestly, yeah, no. I don't think it's for me. Not to mention that regardless of the amount of content, it's a game that's just like Assetto Corsa is geared toward people that have a racing setup. People that use a racing wheel, like have, you know, everything set up as a simulator. I don't. I know that it's playable with a gamepad, sure, but I don't think it's the idea. That was very bad. It's okay. Wait, the Stratos is first? Really? That's surprising. It was gonna be the Renault. Oh, okay. Look at the Stratos go. He definitely needs that advantage, because pretty sure that both of the Stratos are extremely low in the championship here. Yeah. Well, one of them is not that far behind the Renault, but the Renault is still also quite far behind anyway. So.
2, 1.
Oh, and it seems that, okay, the starting position depends on the positioning on the previous race. Is that how it works? Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. You already know how deadly accidents are. I like the way the moon looks here. Pretty nice. In fact, I think it's the first time that I play a track in a place like this at night time. It's hard to tell though, guys, since the tracks essentially work as a, you know, they use a certain asset and then they just have corners put on them. It's hard to tell which tracks I already been in and which ones I haven't. And that's because the game has a track editor, so I'm pretty sure that the official tracks that the game has are tracks that you can probably replicate in the editor too.
Medium right, long, open. Medium left, long. Fast right, long, open, over crest. Max left, long.
Congratulations! You finished first.
You're gonna get destroyed there. If you park the car in the middle like that. I don't know why when there is a trail finish the game parks like that. I mean, it's probably so, you know, you don't go too far, but wouldn't it be better to just brake instead of doing that? Well, I guess it's funnier that way. Will be.
Fast left, long. Fast right, long, open, over crest. Medium left, long. Curtain right, long.
I don't know how many songs the game has, but it cannot be that many. I feel like it has like 5 songs top, and even that is debatable. Also, this is an extremely short track. It's already about to be over. Right at the end, I did that to give my opponents a chance. Goddamn. Yeah, but it's fine. These guys are not recovering. Like, there is no way I don't win this trophy. So yeah, nothing to worry about. I'm back here at my home. At least this time it's not raining. I do hope that this doesn't have like 390-degree corners like the previous one has. So how is it going, Sunshine? I think it sits from memory. Wait, what sits? What is sits from memory? I think I already been on this track, because I remember this canyon looking thing. Yeah, this track I definitely already raced on it.
Medium left, very long, tighten, fast right, long, open. Fast right, long, open. Fast left, long, into medium left, long. Hairpin right, long.
Oh, Sid songs.
Hairpin left, long.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, there definitely aren't that many.
Long, open, fast,
And most of them I probably have them memorized precisely because back then I played this game quite a bit, so they are probably
fast right, long.
kind of ingrained in my brain in one way or another.
Medium right, very long.
They're not bad. But the good thing is that it's Friday, so there is always that.
Hairpin left, long. Medium right, long.
Oh, actually, you know, that reminds me. Some time ago, I watched a video of like an English person from England, basically saying that in England, talking about health in a casual conversation is, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's considered taboo, but it's like considered bad manners. Like you cannot talk about your health in a casual conversation. I mean, doesn't mean that it's forbidden, but that's what an Englishman said. That's kind of crazy. Well, I mean, I understand that you probably don't want to bring your problems to like to another person out of nowhere, but
Medium left, long.
pretty fucked up.
Fast right, very long. Open.
I mean, here usually if you have a health issue when you meet someone, you usually tell them about it. But apparently, according to at least that guy, in England you cannot do that. It doesn't mean it's something that everyone follows, you know.
Right, long. Hairpin right, long. Fast left, long. Medium left, very long. Tightest. Fast right, long. Medium right, very long. Open, over crest. Max left, long. Medium right, very long. Tighten.
Well, actually, I think that guy that says a lot of things about
Congratulations.
England
You finished first.
in general. A lot of people talk about health in the UK. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he probably should mean it as a, you know, something that is probably only a thing in a specific neighborhood, you know. He was talking mostly about casual conversation, as in when you meet someone in the street that you know, it's like you usually don't talk about something like that, but yeah, he probably was just generalizing. I remember that there was another... Oh yeah, there was another video where he mentioned how to pronounce some words that, like with a very thick British accent. The guy was probably mostly trying to show like traditional conservative British culture, which is probably not very prevalent anymore. I don't know.
Fast right, very long. Open. Fast left, long, tighten, over crest.
Not to mention that you know that a lot of these
And medium right,
people that make those type of videos, a lot of times they do it to bait engagement, you know. So they could say something ridiculous, something wrong, or something that it's just meant to make people mad, so that they answer in the comments, right? And that way generate engagement, and that way, you know, making their videos more known. Personally, not a fan of stuff like that. A lot of people are doing shit like that nowadays. I could not be asked to do that. Well, to be honest, I could not be asked to do anything other than playing video games. So forget about making rage bait. I wouldn't do anything other than playing games.
Medium right, long, open, over crest.
Yeah.
Fast right, very long, open. Fast left, long, tighten, over crest. Max left, long, medium left, long, tighten.
What are you doing?
Medium right. Fast left, long, into medium
I'm
right,
doing the
very
corners
long,
very badly right now. I think that knowing that I'm gonna win no matter what is kinda like
Congratulations.
destroying my focus a little bit, because I'm like, I don't need to bother, I know I'm gonna win, so I don't even worry about driving properly. There are only 2 races right here, Australia and Corsica. Okay. The thing that I'm the most interested about is essentially the championship mode. That's the one that I want to know. Not how it is, because I already know how it is, but rather how hard it's gonna be. And that's what I wanna know.
medium right, very long, open.
So I think that the Australia, the way Australia looks in this game is pretty nice. Like the whole assets of Australia here, with the dirt road and the fields, and also the occasional forest looking stuff. Pretty cool. In fact, I think when I was a kid, I remember this one being my favorite layout.
Very long, open.
In fact, you know that it might have been this game, the one that ingrained the name of Australia in my brain. I mean, I know that Australia is a popular country regardless, but I think that when I was a kid, it was this game, the one that pushed the idea of Australia being an important country. Because you know, when you are a kid, you absorb everything that gets put in front of you, right?
Fast left, long.
So, yeah.
Right, long, open.
In that Australia, well, it also was in a lot of other games. Like Australia being a location, it was a popular location.
Medium right, very long, open.
The weird, I didn't think the same thing about Corsica.
Very long, tighten.
I guess it's mostly the fact that it also appeared in other places.
Medium right, long, open.
Man, this is absolute destruction. I mean, look at the time difference here, dude. 13 seconds, almost 14. That really is quite a lot.
Medium left, very long, tighten.
I guess that if you want a challenge, you probably shouldn't pick this car.
Over crest,
On the right side, I think that, like, we already know that one of the remaining cars is that Renault. Another one is supposed to be like the fast car from like the other category that I already played. So those, well, the Renault I'm most likely not gonna pick it because of the low horsepower, but the other one, if I pick it, it shouldn't be a problem for it to be balanced, you know. So I think I should be fine. But there are also a couple more that I still don't know where exactly they take place on. Not where they take place, I mean what category they take place. So the final one being Corsica. Corsica is also another layout that I like, as it's pretty much the layout that you have in the tri-car menu. And I always like that little track that you have for tests. The way that it's like a very small track where you just constantly steer right and you can see all the sea on the left. I always like the way it looks.
Medium right, very low, open, over crest.
I also think that it's pretty clear in this game is that, just like in the previous game, the AI can also be very inconsistent. Like how in some tracks it can be pretty close to you, and in some tracks you can demolish them so badly, because it doesn't apply to just this car, it also applies to some of the other ones.
Congratulations!
Okay,
You finished first.
got it. So yeah, that was an absolute destruction, honestly. I hope that and this was supposed to be the final trophy as well, so according to the game it wasn't meant to be easy, but it was indeed quite easy. I'm assuming it's because it's the Audi that somehow gets paired with those cars that should not be on the same category. So I unlock a Toyota Celica. Oh, that's a classic one. That's the car that is by default in Sega Rally, and that one, judging by the 300 horsepower, it's probably the same category as the World Rally Championship ones, like the heavyweight ones. So I want to use it. You know, it's a cool idea. Well, if the Toyota Celica is here, I wonder. No, actually, the other one that was in Sega Rally was a Lancia Delta, so that means that it's... Oh, but here, it's the Stratos, the one that you have. The Delta, I don't think it's here yet, right? But that one could be another unlockable, would be nice. Alright, this one, Toyota Celica. Yeah, let's go with this one. An into championship. Lancia Delta could be cool too. Well, and then we already know that there is the Renault and the one with the big rear wing. So there will only be, assuming that the Lancia Delta is another one of them, there will only be one remaining that we don't know what it is. Okay, so here what you have is, well, the category is indeed the heavyweight one. And you have 2 stages per rally, and they seem to be trails. I think that this meant to mimic rally a lot more. Like, this is how rally usually is, you know?
3, 2, 1, go!
Here, differently from the other 2 modes, you don't have opponents on the track. You have opponents basically running at the same time as you, but you don't see them. You have to be faster than them though. So it's essentially a full-on time trial.
Medium right, very long, open.
And I remember when I was a kid that this mode was the hardest one.
Fast left, long, tighten.
Oh, and here you also have a lot of people try to get into, like, in the middle of the track to take pictures, just like in real life rally.
Fast left, long, tighten.
Unbelievable. I guess this is the mode that tries
Very long, open.
to mimic a rally the most.
Medium left, very long.
Well, I'm obliterating the competition, that's for sure. So at least here you have the excuse that it's the first championship. But judging by the fact that there are 2 stages per track,
Medium
I'm
right,
not sure if I might be able to beat this today at all. Like, this might be very, very long.
long, fast left, long.
Especially since this trail, for example, wasn't particularly short, you know? So it might be quite long. Well, we will see. Maybe it's not that. Oh, and you have a service area. So here it's to, like, repair damage and shit, right? See, I remember this being a thing. Just that I had my doubts if it was in this game or another one. So what service do you have here? Well, everything is at 100%, so... I don't know if that's because... Wait, I put start. Did I crash the game? No. Just that it takes a while. So there are a lot of things here that I should probably speed up. And that most likely includes that sequence with the repair stuff. Hey, I don't know if the fact that I don't have any repairs is because of the fact that
Medium right, long, and medium right, long.
that it's the first one, so there are no damages, or if it's because I simply didn't crash.
Medium right, long, into bad right, long.
It's probably because I didn't crash.
Medium left, long. Medium right, long.
So will that crash even count for anything, for example?
Fast right, long.
I don't know. It could.
Medium left, very long, tighten.
So I guess in this mode, any visual damage might actually be translated to real damage.
Fast left, long, tighten.
It's possible.
Medium right, long.
In fact, for example, here,
Fast left,
I
long.
think that my rear glass is shattering. Though I wonder if
Very long, open, over crest.
the damage will stay in between rallies or not. Is it cool? Or maybe it's only in between the stages of
Very long, open.
a single location.
Medium left,
Also, the fact that I'm obliterating the competition here has nothing to do with this car being overpowered, because it's essentially going the exact same speed that the heavyweight cars were going at. So it just has to do with the times of the AI being extremely weak. Alright, so wait, loading results? Do you mean loading results? So you have like a section like this with every single track? Seems to be the case. But there are 8 on this championship, dude. Like, that will be a lot. I mean, we can skip it in time, I guess. So you get points. Like, this is not based on... Well, I mean, it is based on time to be able to even get the points, but what I'm saying is that the positioning in the championship depends fully on those points and not the overall time.
fast right, long, open.
But I don't think this championship should be a problem whatsoever.
Fast left, very long, tighten.
I mean, it will be a problem in terms of time because now I look at something like this and I very heavily doubt that I will be able to finish it today.
Right, long.
And there is absolutely no way that that's gonna happen.
Fast left, long, tighten.
You never know. It could.
Hairpin right, long. Fast left, very long, tighten. Medium right, very long, open. Medium left, long, tighten.
I do think that regardless, I'm most likely gonna be
Medium right, long.
using the fast forward for any of the middle animations. Oh, that's bad. Things like this are probably very bad. Because aside from the time you lose, you also probably damage the car and it will require that you know, do stuff here on the repair section, the service area. So yeah, for example, this we could speed it up. It's all the animation, honestly, I could do without it. But and then once you select the changes, you can also speed it up. See, otherwise here, we're gonna be more time navigating menus than actually driving, you know?
Medium left, long, tighten.
Which I'm not a fan of,
Jump.
personally. Not to mention that, as I mentioned before, the loading screens in this game are quite long, without a doubt.
Fast right, long, open. Hairpin right, long. Fast left, long, tighten. Fast right, long. Hairpin left, long.
At the same time, the damages that I had back there, even though I pretty much had the car,
Long, open.
you know,
Jump.
do multiple flips in the ground, it was still very low. Are you practicing the 360s again?
Medium left.
Yeah, I know, but here I'm practicing them simply to test the way that the damage works, you know?
Medium
I'm
left,
just
long,
testing the mechanics of the game, of course. Very purposely. So, you know what will be pretty bullshit if the ending there that is provoked by the car essentially, you know, simply doing that on its own, if that actually damaged the car and there's nothing you can do about it, you have to suck it up basically. Something tells me that on the following championships this is probably gonna have something like,
long, open.
you know, it's gonna have 3 stages per race, well, per stage, I guess. That could be a problem.
Fast right, very long, open.
We will see.
Medium right, long.
Here my opponents are somehow holding on.
Long.
Pretty interesting, huh?
Medium left, long, tighten.
They're actually holding on pretty well here.
Medium right, long, open.
But by that, it means them being like, okay, no, never mind.
Medium right.
They are not really holding on.
Over crest.
That means that the championship mode is very clearly the longest of them all. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it is indeed quite long.
Fast right, long, open.
Okay.
Finish.
Well, at least you don't have a championship with like 18 stages. Oh, so you don't need to wait for the whole animation to happen, actually. You can just do this here. Like, you don't even need to wait for the car to park. I thought that you needed, but no, it's not necessary. Alright, well, if that's the case, I guess it could be worse. Though you still have to deal with the loading screen, so that's why the that's where the fast forward button comes in handy. You know, there are a lot of people I've seen that people that play things like Pokemon games, they use the fast forward button simply during the gameplay, but I cannot imagine doing that. Well, I can imagine doing that, yes, because I did that as a kid, but like when I played emulators when I was very young. What the hell? This is one of those things where you get stuck for absolutely zero reason. No, what are you doing? I cannot get off. Well, that's gonna cost me everything. That was so shitty. What do you want me to do there? It is probably gonna cost me the... Well, probably no, it will cost me the victory, because this is a lot of time being behind. Because those 2 seconds that you see there are compared to the guy directly next to me, not compared to the first place. Damn, I can't believe it cucked me that badly. What an asshole. I definitely lose the first place here. Damn it, dude. That was very bad. So this is most likely gonna be... Wait, I still got first? Damn, these guys fucking suck. Holy shit. Even after being like... Well, I didn't read how many seconds I was behind, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like 10 seconds, right? And you still somehow managed to lose. And my opponents are very shit then. I mean, I guess that's a good thing, because that means that any mistake that I make is not gonna cost me the championship, but damn. They are especially bad. It's fine. It happens. The thing is that if later on you have 3 stages per track, it also means that the durability of your car will be hard to manage. That will not be easy to manage at all, because you have a limit of repair that is represented with time, but essentially, you know, it's like if it was a currency. Well, time is a currency, I guess you can say. How can I even be almost half a minute ahead of these guys? Like, what are they even doing? I don't know what they are doing, but they really should be doing better. Because right now they are doing very badly.
One. Go!
What? Hey, why did you take so long to start? Dude, I'm getting scammed. Why are you scamming me, game? Is it because I'm too ahead and you want to level the competition? I mean, understandable after being like almost 30 seconds ahead in the previous stage. I see why you will do that. This is, well, just as I say before, this mode is the closest that you have to an actual rally mode. This is how rally works. You go on your own in a trail that goes from point A to point B. You try to do it as fast as possible. You do that. You compare the times when you're done with the other competitors. And yeah, oftentimes rallies do have separate stages in a same location. And in the middle of it, you know, you can do repairing and shit. Kinda. Yeah, I'm kinda obliterating them right now. Quite badly. It's fine. It's what I should more or less expect.
Long, tighten, over crest. Medium left, very long, tighten.
So it said that this was the European Championship, right? Essentially here, any of the tracks will take place here. So I haven't really been paying that much attention to the actual tracks, but that's fine.
Medium right, very long, open.
Maybe the European tournament, but I'm beating everyone with a Japanese car. Well, in fact, the cars in this category are, it seems like in its majority they are Asian, while most of them Japanese, because there's only, I think, one Korean one, which is the Hyundai. You have the Lancer Evo, which is a Mitsubishi car, and it's Japanese. The Subaru Impreza, which is Japanese. The Toyota Corolla as well. And then you have this Toyota Celica, also Japanese. Which other ones do you have? Well, as I say, the Hyundai, which is Korean. And, well, you do have a Ford Focus, I guess. That one is American. I guess for the most part, well, you have the Peugeot. The Peugeot is the European one there. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a way to like, there isn't a button that says repair everything. Like, you have to manually select whatever you might have damage, and then you have to put continue. So otherwise, if you just spam continue, what's gonna happen is you're gonna continue without repairs, which honestly I don't think that will make that much of a difference, considering how much the AI is getting obliterated here.
Hairpin right, long. Fast left, long, tighten. Medium left, very long, tighten. Fast right, long. Medium left, very long, tighten, over crest.
Well, I noticed that if the final championship has 3 stages per track, I'm definitely not finishing that today. There is absolutely no way I can pull that off.
Very long, tighten.
Well, even worse if the second championship also has 3 stages per location. That will be pretty bad.
Flat left.
Finish.
If anything, so far, the game has shown that difficulty-wise, well, the difficulty itself is pretty low. You know? Even in the supposedly more advanced competitions, it's still something that you don't need to do anything out of the ordinary to win, you know?
Very long, tighten.
Like, as long as you don't get into accidents, you are fine. And obviously that can be, I guess, hard enough, because some accidents are hard to avoid. But I mean, you even have margin for that, because a lot of the accidents are something that won't matter much when you have an extreme advantage, you know?
Over crest and medium left. Flat left, long and flat right, very long, open. Medium left, long, tighten. Medium right, long, open.
To that guy's merit, at least 6 seconds is not that bad, right? Would have been worse. Okay. You're given a lot of time to repair, even though
3,
it's
2,
not
1, go!
Medium right, long, open. Over
like,
crest
you will
and
actually
medium right.
have to try very hard to actively destroy your car
Left, long,
and make it not drivable, you know?
medium right, long,
You
open.
will actually have to be
Hairpin right, long.
purposely rough with it. Unless in the other championships it actually, like, the damage gets higher with, you know, with the same level of impact, right?
Medium right, long.
You crash against the wall the same way you will do here, but the damage is higher. It's a possibility, but I kinda doubt it.
Flat right, long. Hairpin right, long. Bad left, long, tighten. Flat left, long.
Well, here at least the second place got pretty close to me, you know? Like, the Lancer Evo was like only a second behind, and not like it matters because I still won. But... So I wanted to see here. Yeah, all of these places are obviously in Europe. I mean, it makes sense. They wouldn't call a European Championship if it doesn't take place in Europe, but
2,
you never know.
go!
Also, I didn't even remember Finland was a track in this game. I remember Sweden, but not Finland.
Bad right,
The only one missing from the Nordic Trinity is Norway. I think Norway is not a track in this game.
bad left, very long, tighten. Medium right, very long, open.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Norway actually does have official rally tracks
Left, very long, tighten.
in real life. I mean, most of those places do, because the whole point about rallies is that they look for places with interesting terrain. And since the Scandinavian countries are so full of mountains and shit, not to mention that they are the closest to the North Pole in Europe, I guess, you have a lot of very fitting places where you can do rally. It's kind of like the point. So essentially, most of the times, it's my suspensions and my brakes the ones that need repair. But at the same time, I guess it,
2, 1,
you know,
go!
I don't really know if it's based on the way I drive or if it's simply something unrelated, and those are just like the most commons for the RNG to pick. Because I think that, for example, my engine never suffer any damages. But and the engines on this thing are usually on the front, right? I don't think rear engines are that common in rally, right? Well, that common, or I don't even know if they exist. Probably wouldn't want a rear engine in a rally, right? Probably no. I mean, for what I understand, the thing about rear engine is that it's a lot harder to control, isn't it? Because it's, instead of having the car kind of like being pulled, you have the car being pushed if it's a rear engine. I don't know though. I always say the same thing, but I really don't know anything about cars, you know. All I have is theory that does not go along with practice. It's pure theory, and theory that I only know through osmosis, not through serious studying, you know. So yeah, not particularly a reliable narrator for this type of things. So we're gonna be closing the European Championship with Sweden. Something that I heard about Sweden is that Swedish is one of those languages that is very slowly dying and getting replaced by English. Well, by English, and depending on the place, by Arabic. So, yeah, seems to be the case. That's probably gonna be the fate of most countries whose language is only spoken in that country, right? When it comes to globalization, single country languages are not really gonna survive, because you will have a lot of people come to your country that won't speak the language, and you most likely already speak English or an equivalent nearby language, right? Because I'm pretty sure that this doesn't only happen in European countries, it probably also happens in, you know, places like India, for example, have like, I don't know, 20 languages at the same time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are probably slowly getting replaced by both English and most likely Hindu, right? Or whatever it's called. So yeah, it's something that is a worldwide phenomenon. Team, perfect car. All right, nice, cool. What I can tell you is that it's not gonna happen here anytime soon, though, where I live, and that's simply because the first language is Spanish. Spanish is not disappearing anytime soon.
open.
Too many countries speak it. Way too many countries.
Fast right, long. Fast right, long. Medium left, very long, tighter.
Yeah, something tells me that for the most part, the languages that are gonna survive the most are most likely gonna be, well, English for sure, then Chinese, and then most likely Spanish. And then it depends on how the other big countries end up doing. Because the thing about languages like Spanish is that they are not disappearing unless the entirety of Latin America gets nuked. Like, you're not gonna make it disappear, you know?
Medium right,
But yeah, if Latin America were to get nuked, well, I will disappear, but Spanish will probably disappear because at that point, the only other country I will speak it will be Spain and Equatorial Guinea. I don't think there is another one aside from those two, so yeah. Oh, it's Hindi, yeah. Yeah, Hindi, for what I understand, is the dominant language in India aside from English. Well, aside. English is like in second place, but no cars on the award ceremony. They all have their cars broken. Well, at least they showed up, so that's something. I obliterated everyone. So time is also counted. I'm assuming time is only counted as a tiebreaker. It's not actually counted for that. And the Peugeot 300 seats got destroyed, but it makes sense. The 300 seats is not even that same category. Also, I got a Gordini. That's a pretty funny name. Because, you know, in Spanish, gordo means fat. And Gordini is like a parody, right? Someone making fun of it. Well, and the funny thing here is that the car is a piece of shit, because with that horsepower, you're not going anywhere. But where is this thing? Yeah, this one. What do you want to do with 88 horsepower, dude? Well, in that case, we're going back to the World Rally cars. Which one should I pick? Hold up, which ones do I have? I mean, I could pick the Peugeot 200 seats. I mean, after all, it's the flagship car of this game, and not to mention a car I personally like a lot, so might as well, right? Then we're going to championship, and here I don't know if there's gonna be, if the second championship has 2 or 3 stages, because I'm gonna assume the final one will have 3 stages, but this one, I don't know. This one is World and the other one is called Expert. And apparently World and Expert share the exact same tracks. That's weird. Maybe it's that here the times are harder to beat. It's the only thing I could think of. Okay, this one still only have 2 stages though. So, okay. We get into it. Oh, okay, what the hell is that second stage? That actually seems to be like more lap oriented, right?
3,
It's fine.
2, 1, go!
Anyway, so languages here. The ones that you will probably see surviving are those 3 I mentioned. I think it also heavily depends on the cultural export. See, for example, South Korea exports an insane amount of content, like audio-visual content. The thing about South Korea is that I don't know if in 50 years it's gonna exist. Like, you know that their birth rate is less than 1, like it's in 0.6 or something like that. So I'm not sure if South Korea will exist in a couple of years. Well, in half a century, for example. So even if they have a lot of cultural export, at some point they won't have cultural export, you know? I mean, there is still North Korea, but
Long, tighten.
North Korea definitely does not have cultural sport.
Left, long.
But yeah.
Fast left, long. Medium left, very long, tighten.
A little bit hard to steer right now, huh? Costing me a little bit, but it's fine. So yeah, this... I'm a little bit afraid now, because if the expert championship is the same as this one, but with tighter time, I don't know if it will be that easy to beat, which honestly will be something... Oh, what the hell? Oh, this is a head-to-head?
And fast right,
Wait, how could this... How is this gonna affect the standings here?
long, into medium right, very
Like,
long,
does it
open.
take into account the time? Because I'm only racing against someone else. I'm not
Fast left, long.
racing against multiple opponents, right?
Fast left, long.
Huh, well, that's interesting. I think I do remember this happening. It's just that I don't remember how this impacts on the overall result. I gotta admit that it's pretty cool to see. Weird that it wasn't in the previous one. Because that's the thing.
Fast right, very long.
For me to be able to have seen this, it means that I did beat the previous championship. So that's interesting.
Long, open. Medium right, long.
That younger me pulled that off, considering how much I absolutely sucked at this game back then. But yeah, I guess I did beat one championship, because this one I do remember it existing. Yeah, it still takes time into account. I guess for some reason you can also see one of your opponents. But yeah. Also, why do they bring the 300 seats to this competition? Do they just want to humiliate the poor 300 seats? At least the good thing is that I'm properly represented per shot with the 200 seats. So that's interesting, right? Like the 200 seats is actually faster than the 300 seats.
Medium right,
Yeah,
very
it's
long,
fine.
open. Medium right, long, open. Fast left, very long, tighten. Medium right, long, open.
Every time that you're in a snow area, it's very hard
Medium right,
to
very long, open.
properly grip to the terrain. Certainly
Medium left, long, tighten.
will slip a lot, and it makes sense. It's what will normally happen.
Fast right, long.
No. Okay, that's fine.
Fast right, long, open. Medium right, very long, open. And medium left, very long. Medium left, long, tighten.
I almost ran that guy over. I wonder how many people in real life got run over by rally. Probably a lot. Like, these people have no concept of self-preservation, basically. Like, these people just really want to snap in pictures. Doesn't matter if it's the last picture they will take in their lives, basically.
Fast left, long, over crest. Bad right,
So
long,
are all of
open.
these places gonna have a competition like this one, I wonder?
Fast right,
I mean, I don't mind. It just seems that a little bit weird. But sure, why not?
very long, tighten. over crest. Fast right, long, into bad right, long, open.
And here, I mean, you can look at the minimap and see more or less how far you're from your opponent, but it's not something that is that easy to measure, since like the 2 laps that you end up doing, well, yeah, the game says it's only 1 lap because technically the 2 laps are different between each other, but essentially what I'm trying to say is that since the laps are different, it's hard to tell if you're really winning or not, because some laps are shorter, I'm pretty sure. Very hard to tell. See, for example, here my opponent is going through a shorter path than I am. So even if I look like I am further than him, maybe it's not by that much. Well, in this particular case, I guess it is. Not by a lot, mind you, certainly ahead. Got him. Just like that. Oh, so someone else won that wasn't part of this race, like the Impreza one. Well, that's fucked up, because basically you will never know if you lost. Well, you will know at the end, sure, but you wouldn't know how slow you are going during the whole thing, because it won't tell you during the thing. And like here, that you at all times know if you're the fastest one or not. Well, considering that they don't seem to all of the events happen in those places, I guess it's fine. You see, for example, this one in Portugal, the second one happens in a regular trail like this one, so shouldn't be a problem. It also seems like the AI goes particularly faster in those versus events, so it's not just not knowing how slow you're going, but also the fact that you're most likely going slower no matter what.
Medium right, long, open, over crest. Medium left, long, tighten. Fast right, very long, open, into medium left, long. Medium right, very long, open.
Here the difference is day and night, like I'm 12 seconds ahead, just like that. Well, 13, even 14. Yet in the previous one I was 3 seconds. I was the one 3 seconds behind. So that makes me think that what most likely is gonna be a shit show too is the oh, what the hell? Wait, why did my engine got that damage here? What the hell? For what reason? Unless it carried over from the previous event, which I doubt. I didn't really crash that much there, did I? Damn, this is pretty random. It seems to be pretty random how fast the AI does it. Pretty random how the damage get applied. And also pretty random what type of events you're gonna see too, so that is quite weird. Yeah, that's the first time that the engine even gets damaged. Or was that because I went too fast? You were intended to not go that fast? Ah, fuck. No, that's fine, that's fine. At least the time was enough to repair everything, but Not by much, you know.
Hairpin right, long.
Not by a lot.
Fast left, long. Medium left, very long. Tighten. Fast right, long. Medium right, very long. Open.
I'm surprised though by the amount of tracks that this game has. I know that with the fact that the game has a track editor, it's something that probably the developers use, and it made making the tracks a lot easier. Yeah, still quite a lot of tracks, you know. Okay. At least that this is absolute domination. I'm going to my country that also has one of those versus events, huh?
Go!
Hope it's not that hard then. But it will be hard.
Medium left, long. Tighten.
Now the issue is if the next championship does have
Medium right, long. Open.
3 stages per
Medium left, long.
location, it also means that
Medium right.
if you get something like what happened last time where I had damage in a lot of parts, that you are most likely not gonna be able to repair everything, you know?
Very long. Tighten.
It's a possibility. Hopefully not though.
Fast left, long. Tighten. Hairpin right, long.
You call that a hairpin a little bit too early, don't you think? A little bit.
Fast right, very long. Over crest.
Finish.
So let's see what the damages are here, because I didn't really crash against anything on this one, so... Well, okay, so here my car is spotless. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I also didn't crash against anything on the other time where it did tell me that I had damage, so... I don't know what gives. Unless, as I said, it counted the previous versus race where I probably did crash against a bunch of stuff. That would be weird, I guess. Since it's supposed to be a completely different location, you will think that they actually had time to repair the car, you know? Instead of just dumping it on the next location as it is.
Medium left, very long. Tighten. Fast right, long. Fast left, long. Tighten. Fast right, long. Open. Into bad left, long. Medium left, long. Open. Fast left, long. And fast right, long. Over crest. Fast left, long. Tighten. Fast right, long. Bad left, long.
That didn't go... Well, that went pretty well against my rival. I don't know how it went overall. Okay, it went well overall. And that Impreza wasn't even close to being the second place, I guess. Yeah, but it's fine. We are definitely doing well. Them another one of these. So they are certainly gonna be a common thing. Like, it wasn't something that only happened on the first 2 locations and that's it. It will be a recurring type of event. I mean, time-wise, they seem to take the same as as this one, so I don't think that's the issue. But I do think that the issue is not being able, how much you are in control of the situation, you know. I think that's the bad thing about them.
Medium left, long, tighten. Medium right, long, open. Medium left, very long, tighten. Max left, long. Max left, long. Medium right, very long, open, over crest.
I kinda dread how hard the expert championship could be. Also, that flip that happened there, especially considering that it triggered a respawn, is that gonna cost me a lot to repair? Could be. I mean, if it doesn't, then I have no clue how the other one costed so much. Yeah, it probably will cost though. But I mean, it only costed. It costed very little. It's just that it costed in two places where it normally, you know, I guess doesn't cost that much.
2, 1, go!
Medium right, very long, open. Fast left, long. Fast right, long, open. Fast left, long, into medium right, very long, open.
This guy is winning out. Maybe a problem.
Medium left, very long, tighten. Fast right, long.
There also seems to be a lot of disparity between
Open.
the two paths. Or at least I hope it's that, because otherwise this guy
Medium right, very long,
is
open.
obliterating me. It might be possible that the other path was just that much longer.
Left, long, tighten. Over crest, into
Or
medium
maybe
right.
not. Wait, why is he so extremely ahead of me then? I don't think I did that badly, did I?
Fast left, long, tighten.
But here it seems that we're getting closer to each other. Yeah, he's there.
Open.
You know, I think that it's simply that there is a huge difference between the two paths. But all things considered, we still finish quite close to each other, you know? Damn, and the Impreza again destroying everyone. What the hell? This Impreza does very well in some random places. It still wasn't able to win, but those are 5 seconds, which is not, I guess, that small of an amount. I mean, it's still, no, I mean, not that big of an amount. But yeah, I guess it's whatever, not that big of a deal.
1, go!
Fast left, long, tighten. Into medium right, very long. Medium left, long, tighten. And medium left, very long.
Actually, there are so many pretty looking tracks in this game.
Medium
There's
left,
just
very long.
a lot of very pretty looking. But in Fire you can probably say that every location in the game looks pretty.
Fast right, long.
I mean, it makes sense considering that it's a pretty late PS1 game. Like, it's probably one of those games that takes the PS1 to its limits, which might be the reason why the loading screens are also
Medium left,
so long, you know?
over crest.
It could be
Fast
a
left,
possibility.
medium right, long, open.
Finish.
Okay. The service area. Need to check, but yeah, every service area is obviously different depending on the place you're at. So, like the whole environment depends on the place, obviously.
2, 1, go!
I mean, it would be pretty sad if it didn't. Thankfully, it does.
Fast right, long, open. Medium left, long, tighten. Max left, long, into fast right, long, open. Fast left, long, over crest.
That hit might cost me. Oh, but actually, since this the second stage, is not gonna cost me shit. Well, that's nice.
Fast right, long. Fast left, long,
So
over
there is
crest.
something that I should realize. I don't know if the developers actually thought that much, but maybe one thing that might damage the engine a lot is if you are like topping out your speed a lot. If you are reaching those 200 kilometers per hour, that is pretty much the top speed of the car. Maybe that damages the engine. You probably have to consider tracks that have longer straights to make the gears longer. Maybe that will be an interesting detail, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know if they thought that much. It could be though.
3, 2, 1, go!
I mean, considering that this mode is like the closest that they can probably get to like a simulation mode,
Long,
I guess maybe they intended for that to happen. I don't know.
medium right, very long, open, and medium left, very long. Medium right, very long, open. Medium left, very long, tighten, over crest. Medium right, very long, open, over crest. Fast left, long, open, into bad left, long.
I really do hope that the AI on the next one at least gets
Over crest.
a little bit better. I guess right now
Medium left, very long.
things like those 15 seconds is something that is way too much, but it's also, as I say, the fact that the AI is not consistent. Like sometimes you beat it by a lot and some other times you don't. And I mean, sometimes it does have to do that. Maybe I play worst or whatever, but I think it's just also very random of the AI regardless, you know.
Medium left, very long, tighten. Medium right, very long, open. Medium left, very long, tighten. Fast right, long. Medium right, long, open.
That wasn't the right way to take that corner, no. I admit.
Left, long, tighten.
Though, not like it matters. For some reason, the second place is still
Open.
that far behind, so... What, did everyone have the exact same accident as me, or what?
Tighten.
Yeah.
Medium left, very long, tighten.
And to think that you have options to tweak your car, but I just fail to see why you would want to do that when the default settings are already enough to obliterate anyone, you know? I mean, unlike the previous game that the controls were fucked up enough that you kinda needed to tweak it. It's kinda surprising because from a difficulty standpoint, it really feels like the game is very arcade-like. Like it doesn't really try to be hard, but it offers you all those options that obviously an arcade game wouldn't offer you. So it's like it clearly tries to be something in between arcade-like and more simulation-based, but seems that at the end of the day, it ends up, you know, being a lot more arcade-based, which I like. I prefer it that way. It feels like, I don't know, the devs that wanted a more simulation-like thing definitely did not get shit. It seems that here the AI is trying to fight back. It might also depend on the surface, but I mean, yeah, maybe the AI is just better in some surfaces and worse in others. Can always happen. That was a very bad drift. But it could have been worse. If I did a 360 there, I would have lost an insane amount of time. So it really wasn't that bad. Oh, I'm glad that palm tree wasn't solid, because I would have been a straight up dead. Wouldn't have appreciated it.
Fast left, long. Medium right, long. Medium left, very long, open.
You see, here the difference was a lot more balanced. Like, these guys actually felt that they were competing against me instead of simply shoving. So that's nice. You know? Good to know. But yeah. I don't know for how long that's gonna be like that. Also, I like the lights on the middle of the track that don't get lit at all. Pretty funny. You have the countdown only happen in the UI of the game, but not in the actual track. Yeah, and this specific track is definitely one of those where like both paths are super different. I think they even out like even before you cross the starting line, but they still are very highly different. It's essentially impossible to calculate how ahead you are.
Fast left, long, tighten. Medium right, long, open, over crest. Fast left, very long.
Yeah, right now looks like I'm extremely ahead of him, but that's also how it looked when I was on that path. What is true is that I am ahead of him. Probably not by that much, but... Well, here, if I get bested... I didn't get bested by anyone, but if I did get bested by anyone, that probably would have costed me the win here. I mean, not like it matters considering that I'm I have double, well, more than double the points that the second place in the championship has. So no, I'm definitely not losing my lead.
Fast right, long, tighten. Into medium right, long. Junction.
Oh, wait, 6 seconds already? What the hell? Did these guys like sleep on the wheel on the start or what? Because that it says says. Yeah, that's how you say in Spanish. I meant sits. It says 6 seconds even before the junction. So it means that it wasn't that slow corner, the one that made me gain 6 seconds, so that's weird. I always find it funny when I have those random bursts of Spanish that are involuntary. Like that little number ago went unfiltered from my mouth. Okay, well, in case anyone wanted to know, yeah, that's how you say sits in Spanish. You say seis. I don't know how that's how that will be useful for you. Yeah, that's how you say that number.
Medium right, very long, open.
It's useful assuming you know the other numbers, right? Only knowing one though, I don't know if you're gonna go too far with that. In 20 seconds, dude, what the hell? Absolutely obliterated. Despite some, you know, some contacts with the wall, I still did pretty well in terms of damage.
Medium right, very long, open. Fast left, very long, tighten. Fast right, long, over crest. Into medium left, very long. Long into fast left.
So at this point, it's something that I was thinking that with only 4 locations remaining and the fact that I have 80 points and the second place has 36, no matter how badly I do, like assuming I get a place in every following location, I will still win the championship. This is one of those where it's just impossible to lose. But for what I understand, this game doesn't really have the option to forfeit a specific event. Like if you abort everything. Like you go back straight to the main menu. That doesn't seem very nice. Yeah. It's the way it works.
Long over crest into medium left, very long.
No problem. Oh, the time distribution is basically also very uneven, even for the other competitor, but that's because I'm pretty sure that most of them are not even from the same category, so I don't even know why they do that when you have more than enough cars from this category to show. Like, you don't need to go to other categories, not to mention, even if you didn't have enough cars, you can simply repeat them the same way that the other modes already do, so I don't know what's the need of having to compete with lesser cars, but lesser, I mean slower, no? They are not necessarily lesser just for being slower, but they are definitely slower, that's for sure. The slower part is there, yeah.
Medium left, long, tighten, and medium right, very long.
But everyone here seems to be pretty close. In fact, I got overtaken there.
Medium left, long, tighten.
I guess something that is consistent in the two games is simply how inconsistent the AI is. That's consistent of the first game and then here the second game. Like the AI just basically does whatever it wants. It wants to be fast, it will be fast. It doesn't want to be fast, it won't be fast. Basically. It's the way it works. Whatever. I'm still winning anyway, so...
3, 2, 1.
And as I say, even if I didn't, the championship is guaranteed, so...
Fast right, long,
no
open.
problem.
Fast left, long. Fast right, long, open, over crest. Medium left, long. Hairpin right, long. Fast right, long, open. Medium left, very long, tighten, and medium right, long. Fast right, long.
Oh, then that would have been a good drift if it wasn't for the fact that my car essentially had to flip like that.
Open.
It seems like this will be the first one that I won't win. So you will see another car get into that celebration little place. Yeah, that's the Citroen. Which one is that? It's called Astra. I don't know exactly which one it is. But yeah, it wasn't me, but it doesn't matter. In fact, that guy, is he even in second place in the championship? No. He's in 5th place. Oh, alright. Sure. Can get a little bit more points to try to climb some positions,
Fast right,
but
very long, open.
it certainly won't be enough.
Medium left, very long.
That corner that I flipped is one of those corners that is quite hard to get, because if instead of doing what I did, you go long on it, it's the one corner that has one of those fence walls, right? If you go too long, you're gonna get stopped by those and lose probably even more time. And what I did was simply unfortunate enough that I guess my altitude was too, like the altitude change was too much by the time I got to the corner, right? Yeah, it's fine.
Fast left, very long, tighten. Fast left, long. Fast right, long.
Yeah, I can go extremely fast. Yeah, I can keep the full speed for quite a while. To the point that I wonder, as I said before, if that can actually damage the engine for staying on the top speed for that long. Guess we're out to find out. Because if there's anything that could damage the engine, well, aside from a physical hit, it will be something like, but no, it didn't. So I will have to watch the VOD to see why that one location that I don't even remember which one it was, why it dealt so much damage to my car, because I don't remember getting into a heavy accident whatsoever, you know? I don't know what's the deal with that.
Max right, long. Fast right, long. Fast left, long. Over crest.
No, the thing that I don't know is why some cars
medium left, long,
have the manufacturer name
long, open,
in like the opponent's name. Like this one is called Ford 1,
long, into medium
and
right,
some other
very
ones
long,
have the
open,
car model. Like I don't know what's the deal. Like why some of them have one and the other.
fast right, long,
Because like that Ford Focus is not the only one in the game. Unless the other one has another
very
name.
long, open, over crest, fast left, long,
I don't know. Seems a little bit random the way they name them.
fast right,
I guess the weirdest thing is the fact that instead of giving it a, you know, something sounding like a real name, they kind of gave it code names, like the kind of names that will be used as a programming variable in development instead of something that you want to show the user, right? Yeah, I don't mind. It's like whatever. At least it makes you a little bit more familiar with which car is which, I guess. Okay. So there's only one more location remaining, right? There should be. Yeah, England. Huh. It's a pretty funny second stage. Alright. Well, maybe we will be able to actually beat this all today. It's just that if the final championship has 3 stages,
medium left, long,
it will be very hard to make it happen.
open, into medium left,
Not impossible. Like I can still do it all today, but it will be probably a stream that could get closer to like a 4-hour stream, which considering it's Friday I wouldn't mind, but yeah. And then there's also the fact that even if I do beat the following championship, knowing if the 10th secret car gets unlocked or if I need to do some other stuff that is not visible at the beginning. I feel like it should get unlocked if you have everything else unlocked, but you never know. I mean, for all I know, it could be something related to time trial, for example. I guess if it is related to time trial, I cannot be asked to do, because I mean, I'm already kinda doing time trial right now, you know? Fortunately, those junction. What the hell, dude? And this track is demolishing me. I'm so glad that I don't need to worry about points, but then this track certainly doesn't like me. The feeling is mutual, I can tell you that. The Corolla and the Impreza ahead of me. Then yeah, and the engine here actually getting damaged at least makes sense. I don't know if that much, but at least it does have an explanation. Right, so here into this very weird versus track. I mean, it's essentially 2 misplaced circles. At least they seem pretty equal, both of them. I guess the most messed up part about this location is the fact that this gravel, assuming it's gravel or gravity, that's what I mean, seems very hard to drive on, right?
medium left, very long, tighten, fast right, long,
This is also
medium left, very
a
long,
short
tighten,
track.
over crest, fast right, long, into medium left, very long, tighten,
And when you have an area
fast
where your opponent
fast left, long,
and you go at the same time, and it's basically separated by something like a bridge, you know. Okay, so that actually should be enough to win, though the 3-second difference, it will depend on the hundredths of a second. No, actually the Corolla won. Not by much. Well, congratulations Corolla, but I win the championship, so yeah. You get to get that rally, but I get to get the trophy and the glory. So yeah. What do you have to say about that? I don't know why I'm dressing in gold again, but I guess it happened. And that was 35 minutes. Well, 35 minutes of driving, not counting the menus, right? So I unlock a Renault Turbo. Yeah, that's the one that we compete in the other place. But unfortunately, since it's low horsepower, I'm not gonna use it. It's a shame that it wasn't the one with the long rear wing. Would have been nice. So I means that, well, that is one of the cars remaining. And then I wonder if it's the Lancia Delta. I'm gonna save just in case also. I feel like it. And then going into the final championship. That again, it seems to be, I mean, it's the same range of locations as this championship that I just did. I don't know if it's the same tracks, but if it is the same tracks, that must mean that the AI will go faster, clearly. So since we don't have a new bonus car that I can use, I'm gonna pick another one of these. I guess I could go for the Mitsubishi Lancer. Essentially the only other one that I guess I really care for here. Not to mention it has number 1. If it says number 1, it means that we're gonna win, right? Surely. I don't know how hard this final championship could be. Because if it's hard, I doubt that I'm gonna first try it, and that means that I most likely won't be able to pull it off today. Oh, and it does have 3 stages, as I was assuming. Damn. Well, on the bright side, the fact that it has 3 stages means that that's essentially the main difference. So that makes me think that
medium right, long,
the difficulty of the AI is not gonna be higher,
fast left, long,
or at least it shouldn't.
very long, open,
But I don't know, that Impreza wants to prove me wrong. So rather than the Impreza, I'm more worried about this car going so slow right now. I'm assuming it's because of the tires, but damn, it's a very rough start. Like, this thing is going very slow right now.
medium right, very long,
Come on, dude, get a grip. Well, get a grip, I guess literally you need to grip.
medium left, very long,
Kinda recovering now, but you also gotta keep in mind that the damages, whenever you get them, will get worse and worse.
flat right, long,
Because you have 3 stages instead of 2,
flat right, very long,
so you can accumulate a lot more damages. Though I don't know if the time remaining will be the same, in the sense that I don't know if the time remaining will allow you to repair twice with the same time or not. But here I barely needed to repair anything. But my question is basically if here on the next one, if it's gonna say 28 or if it's gonna say 30. That's my question. But I need to do better than that. That went pretty badly.
medium right,
Just I would like to blame the track. I think I have to blame myself for being shit. So at least in terms of feel, this car doesn't feel faster than the Peugeot, you know?
medium left, very long,
I mean, it doesn't have to be faster, but I mean that it feels slower than the Peugeot.
flat right, long,
I don't know if it's something that I'm seeing right now with the CPU actually
fast right,
driving fast.
long, tighten,
And maybe that's just that the difficulty of the CPU got higher too.
very long,
Will be the case. But it is true that this track,
medium left, long,
or rather this location,
right, long,
it's very slippery, so it's hard to do the corners properly.
fast left, long,
This here I'm getting a little bit of an advantage that can obviously go to shit at any time if I get into an accident, but
very long, tighten,
should at least be better than the previous one. It will. Now, if only the versus track I don't lose too much time, that will be great. So no, basically the timer gets replenished every time that you enter the service area, so you do not have to worry about, you know, spending time in one of them and not having it for the other one.
fast left, long, and fast right, long,
I mean, you will have to worry if you cannot repair all the damages in one of them. Because that means that for the next one, you will have even less of a chance to do it.
very long, tighten,
I mean, unless you do a perfect stage, I guess. Would always happen.
fast right, long, and fast left, long, tighten, fast right, long,
Here, keep in mind that
very long,
beating the opponent doesn't mean shit. You will have
fast right, long,
other
fast left,
competitors
very long,
doing
tighten,
way faster than both of us.
fast right, long, into medium left, very long, tighten,
But then he also did pretty close to me there. Well, I still am on the lead, so I guess I win. And this one is important that I start getting points early on because, you know, that this championship just started. I have no advantage whatsoever, so... And well, you can also see the fact that the points, the way they are distributed, is that the first place gets 10 and the second gets 6. So that's quite a big difference if you ask me. Now, something that I'm assuming here is that since every location has 3 stages, that the final stage will always be like
left, long,
the confrontation stage, probably. Most likely.
medium right, very long, open, medium left, long, tighten, fast right, long,
Get out of the way, you almost got run over.
right, long, medium left, very long, tighten,
I still feel like the only difference between the cars of the same category is purely cosmetic, but now I'm kinda doubting with the fact that the Peugeot just felt a lot faster and that I was also beating the AI by a lot more, but yeah, that might just be the difficulty of the championship being higher. But since the game doesn't seem to be very transparent with that, it's hard to tell. I pretty much clipped through that guy, because otherwise he would actually have gotten run over. If this game had Grand Theft Auto physics, that guy would be dead, essentially. So he has to be grateful that it doesn't. So it could easily have them, you know? I like the way this car looks, by the way. Look at that. Look at that red. Well, then again, it's a red car. I like the color red a lot. But it's a very basic color. A lot of people like it. I like it too.
medium left, very long, tighten,
It's pretty funny how
medium right, very long, open,
the tracks that have more asphalt than snow but are still supposed to be in a snowy area, they have way less grip than the tracks that are full snow, even though that makes no sense. I mean, if I had to guess, it's because of the tire compound that I'm using. Like, the game probably defaults to tires that are not the most optimal to use here. It probably defaults to the snow tires, but since this one has more asphalt than snow, the grip is probably way worse. It is costing me some positions in here. That ain't good. That definitely ain't good. Not to mention I cannot manage to recover them, it seems. Yeah, at least I'm in third place, but that's not super good. Huh, damn, look at that moron. It seems pretty appropriate that the one that is in first place is the Peugeot after all. Yeah, I mean, considering that the Peugeot is the, essentially, as I say, the flagship car of the game, maybe he has a special treatment. Maybe it is the best car in the game, at least for this category. Oh, and speaking of which, he's my rival here. Oh, amazing start. He went straight into the fence. It's what I see. Look, this track is full snow, and the grip on this track is better than in the previous track. I just gotta assume that the game defaults to snow tires even if there is not that much snow on the track. It's a little bit messed up. The good thing is that on the first stage I got a lot of advantage, but I'm very slowly losing that advantage here. As long as it's a small difference, I should be fine, because it was a 5-second advantage on the first stage. So in the previous one I think I lost by 2 seconds, so as long as I also lose only by 2 seconds, I should be fine. Well, ideally you will want to not lose, but if we have to lose, it has to be by 2 seconds at most. Well, and that's against whoever is in second place, which I don't know if it's this Peugeot or someone else. That'll work well. Yeah, we got it. I think I'm worrying too much, when in reality this is gonna be more than fine, you know? Just being too worrisome. And now we're fine. Wait, Portugal doesn't have a versus? Really? A little bit weird. I think that every location will have a versus, but I guess not. Okay, man, I'm already 5 seconds ahead, so yeah, I guess that it's just the fact that the AI is extremely inconsistent. That's the answer. It's not that this one has the AI being stronger than the previous one, or that my car is worse. It's just that, as I say multiple times, this AI does whatever it wants to do. That's what they do, nothing more, nothing less. Also, this is a very dangerous track. There are a lot of obstacles that could easily make you stop very badly. Wide, but
long, medium left, long, over crest, fast left, long, into medium
In
right,
8
long,
seconds, dude.
max left, long,
I do admit that having an AI that behaves in a balanced way is not something particularly easy to pull off, sure, but it really feels that here you simply, you know, it doesn't seem to matter. Like, regardless of how hard it might be to make an AI like that, maybe they, well, I don't know, maybe they did try hard to make it
left, long,
balanced and they just fail.
very long, open,
Okay, so for what I'm seeing here, Portugal as a location is super dangerous because of these bankings and the fact that on the bankings you also have those structures that will immediately stop you if you crash against them. And yeah, this so far might be the most dangerous track I've seen. It's not particularly hard to stay in the middle, so I cannot really say it's the hardest track, but maybe instead of most dangerous, I could say the most evil track. Also, you're full of shit if you tell me that the Subaru Impreza was able to overtake me like that on a single corner, dude. Like, I know that I didn't do it that quickly, but come on. You are absolutely full of shit.
medium right,
Stop lying. Okay, I did that very well. Considering there is a continuous long corner to the right, I was able to maintain my car super well there. And the Impreza is still behind me. No problem. Final one in Portugal is another trail.
3, 2, 1.
Something that I also don't know, though I'm assuming they aren't, but what if the trails that you have here are random?
fast right, long,
Like, they decide, like the locations are not random, and maybe the trails that they pick from each location might be. I don't think it is, especially considering like
over crest,
the fact that the rival tracks always happen at the end.
left, long,
I
tighten,
kinda know that these are fully random. Like, in fact, I don't think they are random at all, but what I'm saying is that these are not the same ones from the previous track, which means that,
medium right,
well, that doesn't mean they are random, that just means that they simply have different tracks for the two different championships, which is good, because if that wasn't the case, it will feel extremely repetitive to do two championships back to back with the exact same tracks, even if they have an extra track in each location, you know. But it is a good thing that they are different, obviously.
medium right, very long, open,
The AI seems to do super well in corners, but the moment you have a straight line and you go at full speed, they shit the bed. They might just kill those 3 people there. That's a shame. It happens. I didn't mean to, but they were just there. They should have known better. Alright, damn, that was a lot. That was 18 seconds with the Impreza. Is the Impreza second here? The 206 went super far. Yeah, the Impreza is second. So that's the guy to watch out for now. So I'm going to, yet again, my home country. I really hope I win this one. It will be pretty sad if I cannot even win as a local, right? It will be very, very sad. But at the same time, considering the insistence on the game on having 90-degree corners in Argentina, I might not be able to win.
left, long, tighten,
The AI doesn't have any issue with the 90-degree corners, but I certainly do. Yeah, see, like these ones. At least I am paying attention to them. It's not like I'm, you know, out of focus and they take me by surprise, but it's still very messed up. But as you can see, the AI does the corners absolutely magically. In fact, isn't this the same track as the previous championship that has 3 junctions in the same track? Yeah, it is. I guess this one does repeat with the previous championship. And in the previous championship, this went a lot better for me. Like, in fact, I think I won with an insane advantage here. But here it doesn't seem to be the case, so whatever. I didn't win, but the time difference was very small. And it wasn't the Impreza the one that won, so at least there's that. Yeah, the engine kinda got affected. In fact, I wonder if it was the same track that costed me the engine on the previous one.
3, 2, 1, go!
It is a bad first stage if my idea is to win this stage. And maybe there is not much of a local advantage for me.
Max right, long, open. Medium right, long, open. Medium left, long. Medium right, very long, open, over crest.
Oh. Ooh, that almost made me get into an accident that would have made me would have guaranteed that I lose here. Thankfully it didn't happen.
Fast left, long, tighten.
So I saw a train. Pretty cool. But we do have a train here in one of those places in the northwest that they call the Sky Train, because it goes very high in terms of altitude, I mean. I wonder if they got inspired by that or they just put a random train because they felt like it. Because I'm assuming that even if these tracks are not real, they do have real life inspiration. And also, I didn't damage my car at all there. Pretty interesting. So am I going against the Impreza here or what? Yeah, I am. Alright, Impreza. Not only you're in second place of the championship, which means that I do need to beat you, but also the fact that this is in my home country, I cannot allow you to win, so yeah, I have to beat you. I was gonna say it's nothing personal, but I think no, it's actually very personal. But yeah, I cannot allow you to win, mister. At least here, since he's the opponent that matters, you will be able to see how close he is to you and if you beat him or not. I most likely should be able to beat him, considering that pretty sure that the first section that I did was the longest one and I still crossed the starting line at the same time as him, so yeah, I should be fine. Yeah, I win. Got him. I'm able to defend my honor in my home country and also defend the championship as well. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so now I have twice the amount of points as he does. and we get to Spain. Right now, I mean, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, because again, the AI is very inconsistent. But right now I can tell you that this championship is more challenging than the previous one. Maybe it's just a coincidence and it's not intended, but what I can tell you is that it is harder. That's for sure. Right now it's not making any difference because I'm still winning so far all of the rallies in it, but we will see how long that lasts. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that was bad. But then again, every single corner I do it slow compared to the AI. Or I guess you could say that the AI just really loves to cheat the corners, and that would probably be more accurate. Yeah, that wasn't especially good at all. 3 seconds behind the Impreza is very bad. That is indeed very bad. So it seems that the tracks that have sanctions, probably because of the way I brake, it kinda fucks my car, well, the engine of my car up. I need to somehow recover that. Don't know how.
Very long, open, into medium left, very long.
It also will be nice if the opponents that are not the Impreza also help me battle the Impreza. Will be nice.
Medium right, long, open.
In this one, as you can tell, my advantage is a lot superior. Did they forget to equip wet tires or what? Because this is not normal. Or is it that the game detected me losing the previous one and now it's trying to take it easy on me? So it took a little bit too long to load the other portion of the track there. I thought it was gonna be a jump, but no, it was a corner. In more than 10 seconds, dude, what the hell? Maybe the fact that the championship is harder might be a coincidence after all. Guess how do you explain that? I don't think you can. Also, how could the gearbox get damaged? I'm using automatic transmission, you know? Well, obviously the automatic transmission here is very clearly a gameplay thing, because these cars obviously wouldn't have automatic transmission.
Fast left, long, over crest, into bad right, long. Fast left, long.
If it was automatic transmission, the only way the gearbox could even get damaged is by...
Fast left, very long, tighten.
is by like something physical. Not because you use it
Medium right, very long.
a little bit too harshly.
Fast right, long. Fast left, long. Fast right, long. Into bad right, long. Over crest. Fast right,
Oh,
long.
that was bad. I'm glad I have that much advantage though. Even such a bad
Medium right,
rush like that should be fine with the advantage. Or at least I hope. Oh, mostly because you can see here I'm actually feeling the damage. Like you can see that my car is suffering, not being able to reach top speed at all, which is kind of throwing me off in general because I'm timing the corners as if it was something normal. This actually might be too bad. Let's see. It actually was too bad. I think I completely lost the first place here. Oh, I didn't. And I think I didn't because the guy that was first place on that event wasn't the Impreza. In fact, the Impreza didn't even get first, but then that was too dangerous. But you saw it in real time, how your car can start losing speed in the middle of an event. So, yeah, here, on top of the accidents making you lose time simply for being an accident, they also make you lose time later because it affects the performance of the car. That's fucked up. So the question is my performance still fucked, or did it get out of its I mean, I'm assuming it got out of its but hard to tell because I'm not really reaching 200 very quickly here. I think that's because of the terrain and not because of the car being in a bad condition, not to mention that I'm keeping the lead, so if my car was truly destroyed here, it will be doing a lot worse. Seeing that though in real time, like my car deteriorating, now it's gonna make me a lot more afraid of accidents. More than I already was. I thought that maybe all the damages were gonna start appearing on the next stage, and that on the current stage nothing bad happened, but I guess they do show up in the current stage. Well, and that might also be the reason in the first place why sometimes the opponents don't lose that much time, and some other times they lose a lot. I guess maybe they are simulating getting into an accident. But yeah, here you can tell that that damage only belongs to that stage that I just did, and not to the previous location. So don't worry, we're fine. Oh, this track is super slippery. I mean, it was already slippery on the previous one that was only dirt, but now it's wet dirt. Hey, good luck with that.
Max left, long, into fast right, long, open. Fast left, long, over crest. Medium right, long, open.
At the very least here, my opponents are still staying there. They are not really giving me trouble at all. At least a lot of these crashes that you're seeing, like against the side of my car, seems that they don't matter that much at all. Like after seeing the damage report here, I think that it's not gonna be that significant. Or maybe it will, and I will get surprised by how significant it is. But we will see. Build a little bit of suspense, and then... Nah, see, I told you. No problem. When your car hits the side like that, they don't really get affected that badly. Like, it's a lot more soft.
3, 2, 1, go!
Medium right, very long, open.
That was close. That being said, here, considering the
Fast right.
the difference that I have with my opponents, which is not that much.
Medium right, very long, open.
I shouldn't do too bad of a stage here.
Fast left,
That looked like a bad hit though, so I'm a little bit afraid. That's fine.
fast right, very
I also was just thinking that if the game did simulate damage on the opponents, I don't think it will make too much sense considering that,
fast right, long, open.
I mean, if one guy got damaged, another one should take its place, but when you gain an insane advantage, you gain it over everyone.
Fast left, long, tighten.
So, yeah, it's, as I say, it's just most likely the AI
Right, long, open.
being inconsistent, and that's it. Got it? At least that was kind of free. Like, there wasn't that much difference in time in each stage, but I did win each one of them. So. And right now, yet again, I have double the amount of points of the Impreza, but the victory is still not guaranteed. If I do too badly, I could still lose. Like, I think it's only guaranteed the moment that you manage to win the 8th rally. At that point, I think that you can relax, but until then, I cannot relax.
Medium right, long. Medium left, long, tighten.
That sucks. Well, that could have been a lot worse, though.
Medium
I
right,
actually
open. And medium left, very long.
got it quite lightly compared to how it could have been.
Medium right, very long, open.
I mean, considering that this is a clear asphalt
Medium left, very long.
track, it shouldn't be hard to win. So mistakes like those hurt twice because you are completely wasting an opportunity on a very easy track.
Fast left, long, open. Into bad left, long. Medium right, long, open. Over crest. Medium left, very long, tighten. Over crest.
Here the advantage is also crazy. I guess in the tracks where I can drive comfortably, the AI stands absolutely no chance. So something like clear asphalt, there is no way they can win. And this one is another one of those. Well, maybe I'm gonna get proven wrong here, but let's see. Maybe, maybe not.
Medium left,
Well, this was
very long,
also a
tighten.
track that was on the previous championship. I guess most of them do repeat after all.
Medium left, very long, tighten. Fast right, long. Medium right, long, open. Medium left, long, tighten. Medium right,
So I'm surprised
long,
that this
over crest.
Lancer Evo is all red. Usually the Lancer Evos that I see in rally games tend to be white with tints of red, but full red, I don't think I'm that used to seeing it. I mean, if it is in this game, it's because it was like that in real life, because it's a game with license, so they didn't just paint it red because they felt like it.
Bad right, long, open, fast right, long. Medium left, long, tighten.
This is another racy advantage,
Fast right,
so
long.
seems that when it comes to
Medium left, long, tighten.
clear asphalt, the thing that is very clear is that they cannot beat me. and like it's not even close. Maybe what happens is that in the other tracks where they are closer to me, they essentially drive as if they had no difficulties. So if I was able to drive with no difficulties, the same thing will happen here, right? But now we have rain. But it's rain in asphalt, so it's not gonna be that bad.
Medium left, long. Fast right, long. Medium left, long, tighten. Medium right, long, open. Medium left, long, tighten. Fast right, long, open. Into medium left, long. Medium right, very long, open. Fast left, long. Medium left, long, tighten. Fast left, long, tighten. Fast right, long, open. Medium
So
left,
far,
long,
something that
tighten.
never happened is the fact that I wasn't able to fully repair the car in between stages. I mean, obviously it can still happen, but it hasn't happened so far. I kinda doubt that it's gonna happen. So it's an interesting thing because like the game further punishes you when you're already down. Oh, I see. Hold up. I see a little bug on my... a physical bug. I think I caught it. Maybe not. No, I did catch it. Nice. It was walking on my keyboard. Fucking asshole. Like, that's a problem because if those guys get into your keyboard, they can do a mess. Because you can be typing and you kill them by accident and they will stay there for eternity. You know, I thankfully was able to spot it early enough. Hey, what an asshole. And it was a small one, it's not like it was like a V or something like that, you know. No, I mean, if it was a V, you will see me panicking instead of calmly disposing it. You know, it was one of... I don't even know what type of bug it was. It's like a... I don't know. A very small one. I mean, probably even smaller than a rice grain. Like, very, very small. In fact, I think it couldn't even fly. I don't even know how it got there in the first place. Remember what I said at the beginning of the stream, that the heat is slowly coming here. And with the heat, what also comes are insects. So yeah, that's very not nice. But it is how it is.
Open. Medium left, long. Fast right, long. Open, over crest. Max left, long.
Something that I'm curious is, what if one of the changes of this expert championship is that the tire compound doesn't get changed automatically? And the reason why I do so bad in anything that is not asphalt is because the game is using asphalt tires in everything else. That will be wild. But I could check, you know? Nah, it is changing automatically. So yeah. It's just, I guess the AI is just being AI. Nothing that you should think too hard about.
Medium right, long, open,
The AI essentially drives as if everything was asphalt, pretty much. At least in this championship. Oh, and this is one of them with junctions.
Medium left, long, tighten, over crest.
I could have gone a lot worse at least, and it didn't.
Very long, open, over crest.
So I wonder why the tire compounds, because if you look at the tire compound screen, you can select them and they tell you how much grip and resistance they have. And I wonder why, because obviously that grip and resistance doesn't mean shit depending on the surface. Yeah, it's pretty clear that that it's gonna show an asphalt tire having a shit ton of grip, but that's assuming it's on asphalt. Well, maybe the stats change depending on the surface, I don't know. I don't want to change it just in case it remembers your choice as permanent and doesn't automatically change it anymore. I know it probably won't do that, but I don't want to risk it. Especially not now that I'm in the middle of the championship. Okay, so that wasn't first place, but the difference wasn't too big, so not that big of a deal. And the next one is the versus track. Yeah, this one.
3, 2, 1, go!
Medium right, long, into band right, long. Fast left, long. Fast right, long, open, and fast left, long. Fast right, very long, open.
No, come on. That's so bad. Because now not only I lost time there, but this thing is gonna go super slow. I mean, I don't know what I could have done better there. Like, I did my best. It's a pretty fucked up corner. But at least thankfully the top speed I kept it, so it wasn't as bad as it could be, but I'm definitely gonna lose a lot of advantage. So because this part is the one that is very long compared to the other part. Well, I still will finish faster than this guy, but it's possible that my opponents will be way faster. Like the oh, never mind, no. Damn, unbelievable. Yeah, I guess you cannot reason what's the behavior of the AI. They just do whatever they feel like doing. Well, so at that point I am guaranteed to win, right? Well, technically not. If in every of the following attempts, like in every of the following locations, basically, if I get 0 points and the Impreza gets 10 points in all of them, which means he wins in all of them, that will be the only way the Impreza could win. I mean, that obviously is not gonna happen, so I think we can pretty much say that it is a guaranteed victory at this point. This is the same thing that happened before, remember? In the exact same place. So that place is an absolute menace. It's the exact same thing. Well, we're gonna at least say goodbye to this one. Hey, don't worry about it. I mean, one thing that you can be sure of is that I won't be final place. Like, I won't be, sorry, final place, what am I saying? I won't be last place, that's for sure. So as long as I gain 1 point here, that will guarantee the victory for real. That's gonna be an insane time disadvantage that unless one of the next ones makes me get a very big one, this one will not be a win. That's an 8-second difference. That's a lot. Well, at least the car didn't get too fucked. Also, how is it going, column? Just here doing a little bit of rallying. Nothing more, nothing less.
Go!
Fast right, long, tighten, into medium right, long.
But PS1 rally at that. Not any sort of rally. Well, you know, pretty classic rally.
Medium right, long, open, over crest.
Only I could keep this advantage until the end of the track. I could recover, but I don't think I will.
Fast right, long, open.
You should be studying, but life is too short for that shit. So did you beat Pokemon or not? Because if you're not studying, I'm assuming that you're at least trying to beat Pokemon, you know? Have you?
Hairpin right, long. Medium left, very long.
That
tight.
hairpin a little bit too much. And that's basically the one that made me lose all the advantage that I had built up until then.
Junction.
In a junction. Oof. Well, at least I didn't do it badly, but yeah, I'm not gonna get any advantage from this
Very
one.
long, open.
That's for sure.
Medium left, very long, open, over crest.
The only way I could somehow win this location is if I manage to get a 5-second difference on the last one, and that's most likely not happening. In fact, I must say I wasn't expecting the end to be good. But hey, I'm glad at least that you got your money worth. Oh wait.
Go!
No, it's fine.
Very long, open, over crest.
What do you think of the champion? Well, or at least I guess the equivalent of the champion. Do you like it?
Back left, long, over crest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very long.
Yeah,
Medium right, very long.
you
open.
definitely
Back
don't.
left, long.
Also, but yeah, what do you think about the champion? Didn't really get what was the deal with the champion.
Back right, very long, open.
I don't know, cause I don't know what the story is.
Medium right,
All I know
very
is
long,
that I know the design, and I know that it's supposed to be at the end of the how do you call that?
very long, open.
Well, basically that the championship thingy with everyone's faces, which is the one that you fight at the end. Got him. That advantage is not enough at all. Oh, not to mention the Peugeot won. Well, doesn't matter, I guess I was fighting against the Impreza. So the Peugeot won overall, that's interesting. I got third place, the Impreza second. That, I think it's 4 points for me, right? I have 84 now. Sure. Yeah. So yeah, like here, there with only being 3 locations remaining, the Impreza cannot win no matter what he does. So yeah, we're safe. This championship is guaranteed.
2, 1, go!
Well, nice. I guess I beat the game then, right? I mean, I still need to finish the 3 locations that are remaining, but yeah, I pretty much beat the game. Though, what I don't know is, as I said, if the 10th bonus car gets unlocked or not when you like beat everything. I'm very curious to see that, because if there is something else that I might need to do to unlock it, I don't have enough time to do that today. Judging by the progress screen being very self-contained, I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure that that screen shows everything that you can beat, and it doesn't show anything other than the modes that I played. So also, how am I so far behind here? I think I know that I'm guaranteed to win, but this just seems a little bit exaggerated, right? You get to know her past mid-game. I know she had a special characteristic that could be relevant, but other than that, I don't understand why she drew your attention. Well, it's probably the special characteristic that you might be thinking of, so you don't worry about it. It might be that. Might be. I don't know. But hey, at least the fact that you finish the game, that means that you're not gonna get spoiled. But I don't think you care about getting spoiled there anyway, so... But yeah, at the very least... no one can tell you something that you haven't seen already. This was the one track that I managed to flip my car. I don't understand why in this location the AI is so brutal. And this location as well is using a clear asphalt, so I cannot really blame the surface here, but it seems that I'm falling far behind for absolutely no reason. Hey, again, what I told you, that the fact that the AI is completely inconsistent in this game. It just does whatever it wants. I just got past the titles, but the DLC is coming next month. Yeah, I already seen a lot of things of the DLC. I don't know if it's the fact that they got leaked or if it was actually promotion in a trailer, but I've seen some things. Also some very shitty Mega Evolutions as well. I guess that's to be expected. That's kind of like the game's trademark. Like the game's identity is shitty Mega Evolutions. It should not be a surprise whatsoever. And even if here it was more balanced, I still didn't even get first. So I don't know what was the deal with this location being so... Like, I got 5th place, dude. Like, the AI really gives no fucks whatsoever. Like, at some point it's gonna be behind by 20 seconds and the next time it's gonna beat your ass like this. Well, there's only 2 locations remaining, and as I say, I'm guaranteed to win, so I'm not worried, but still pretty weird. Last good Pokemon designs were in Sword and Shield. Yeah, well, I don't know like half of the designs after Black and White, so I cannot really have an opinion of it. I wouldn't know. Oh, yeah.
over crest. Fast left, long, tighten, over crest. Fast right.
I mean, one day I will get to those games, but like the next mainline game that I have to play is Pokemon Emerald on stream. I mean, just casually also the first Pokemon game I played. So until I get to Sun and to Sword and Shield, there will be quite a long time, you know. Yeah, I know Greninja, but I mean that's like one of the most popular Pokemon from like the newer generations. I mean, it's even a playable character in Smash Bros, you know. It's that popular. Not to mention, it's like one of the only Pokemons aside from Pikachu that got his own exclusive form that is exclusive to him and no one else. Yeah, I heard that, well, I don't know if it's the most popular, but I do know that in every poll that I see with Pokemon popularity, Greninja is always at the top. Greninja got a Mega and Pikachu didn't. Well, Raichu got a Mega though. Well, not to mention a regional form with the Alolan form, so there's that. I doubt, like Pikachu, I don't think will be able to get a Mega considering that it's not at the final line, like the final station, the evolution line, you know. I don't think it will happen.
Fast left, long, over crest. Medium right, very long, open.
No, man. Those corners that make me lose control like that are so fucked up. I mean, at least the advantage of the previous track should be good enough. But... okay, and now you're just taking the piss. I didn't crash against anything right there. In fact, I'm being stopped by nothing right now. Well, there goes all the advantage I have. You know, to very dead last. And that was an absolute robbery. The first accident I can understand, because yeah, it's something that happens when you slightly lose control. The second one, you made me crash against absolutely nothing. That was an invisible obstacle stopping me. And the fourth place being 8 seconds ahead. I guess not 8 anymore. It's not 8 anymore because it already reached the end pretty much. So I don't know actually what the difference is gonna be here. Because I had advantage on the first one that I lost on the second one, but I think I should be mostly fine. Seems like it only tells you the result of the current one.
3, 2, 1.
There is a new regional variant, it's being released for Pokopia. Oh yeah, Pokopia is a thing. Sometimes it's easy to forget that that's gonna be a thing. It will be a thing. Believe it or not. I personally wouldn't be less interested in that game, but you never know if the whatever new things that might appear there, if they are gonna get extended to other Pokemon games. It could be. I don't think here I will be able
Into medium left, very long.
to recover what I lost. But in worst case scenario, I guess I will get second place here maybe. So actually, this guy is pretty far from me here. What the hell? I mean, maybe the other competitors are not that far. Okay, never mind, everyone is far. Okay, I not only recover my advantage, I completely demolish them. Like, look at that. Like 8 seconds with the second place. And there is only one more location remaining, which is England, right? Yeah. Well, we're gonna get England now. Let's get into that. Variants are the only thing that drew my attention from that piece of the finest and most refined shit Pokemon has ever released. Wait, but it hasn't even released yet, right? Like Pokopia, isn't it a game that has not released yet? Like, we already know that it's probably gonna be shit, but it is still not out. It's still inside Game Freak, you know, colon. But yeah, it's shit, but it's in the process of being produced and released. But yeah. It reminds me of that one meme that is like, there is a guy squatting at a plate and the guy says, "Hey, why are you shitting on my plate?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't do anything yet." Like, how do you know I'm about to shit? We all know what Game Freak is doing. I mean, that meme is specifically used for situations like this, you know? Like people that, you know, you can already tell miles away that the game is gonna be shit, but there are defenders that are like, no, you have to wait until it releases. You never know. But yeah. Well, in the case of Pokopia, it's more that I don't give a shit about the genre, so it might even be a good game for fans of the genre, but I don't care enough. I remember that being the case with games like Street Fighter V. The game wasn't out and everyone already knew it was gonna be shit, except the people that were being paid to not say that. Pokemon Minecraft, there's no way that game can be good. Well, you already have Pokemon Minecraft, you know. Like, there is a mod for Minecraft where you can, you know, go around and catch Pokemon in the wild. In fact, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that Nintendo sent a cease and desist for that one. Maybe I'm pulling that out of my ass. Just like Pokopia is gonna be pulled out of Game Freak's ass, but I think that's what happened, right? Didn't they cease and desist that mod? They probably made that game to monetize it. Oh, you mean that's why they did the cease and desist? Hey, I don't know, since I never played it and I only seen very small things about it, I never really paid attention to what was happening to it. Oh, okay. Almost flipped my car again. Actually flipped my car quite a lot in this championship mode. Nothing too serious, at least.
Very long, tighten, over crest.
Be able to beat the Impreza here? No. No, well, now definitely not. Oh, come on, dude, you're not stuck against anything, you sack of shit. That's unbelievable to me. The fact that you get stuck with literally nothing is so fucked up. It happened multiple times now. Also, you know that I've been failing to go in reverse all this time? Because I thought that you went in reverse with R1, but that was in the previous game. In this game you go in reverse by pressing brake, or rather by holding brake. Yeah, that was my bad. Whatever. Not like it really matters.
2, 1, go!
Palworld has already started to design a Palworld Minecraft. And they are probably gonna get sued again, right?
Medium left, long, fast right, long, over crest, max left, long.
Yeah, those are the kind of things that really make you want to see Nintendo fail. Because you could say Game Freak, but Game Freak is... I mean, yeah, Game Freak fucking sucks for being shitty ass developers, but the ones sending cease and desist are Nintendo. You know? Those are the guys doing the... Game Freak is just a bunch of incompetent developers, but the ones going after things like Palworld legally are... You know, it's the big company, not the small indie developer that is Game Freak. Obviously small indie development in an ironic way, because that's the quality of the shit they release.
Medium right, long, open, fast left, long, over crest, and fast right, long.
Well, that was at least a little bit of an advantage, but I don't know if that's gonna end. Nah, I think that I lost too much on the previous one. Well, actually, it didn't matter. I still got first. Well, okay. Nice. And by 4 seconds, then. That means that they impress absolutely shit the bed on the first one. On the first stage. Well, that means that I won. Or at least that should mean that I won, right? Obviously, I will get the first place here. But my question is... Does this unlock the 2 remaining cars, or does it only unlock 1? Because we know it will unlock 1. Also, that was almost an hour of playtime. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Maybe it will even show the credits. So I unlocked the Alpine Renault something. A very shitty car looking at the horsepower. And now? What about the 10th car? Is this gonna take me to the main menu? I hope not. Okay, no, it tells you, congratulations, your performance index. I don't know what that is, but I guess I got 10,000. And yeah, I received like that one car that had the giant rear wing that we seen. Broke the Pikes Peak race record in 88. You can now select this car in the bonus car category. And the credits. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and you actually, it's a video of the... Not like in circuit tracks where even if an accident can be fatal, you're still gonna most likely save yourself. Like, there is no way that an accident there doesn't end in death. So yeah, these guys are certainly something else. They really wanted you to show you the car in action, I guess. Wait, what? Oh, I thought he was gonna jump. Would have been pretty funny. I mean, it wouldn't have been funny for the guy. It would have been unexpected. But this is actual real footage of this. Is it really real footage from 88 though? Like, will this footage really be from 1988? Because if that's the case, I'm surprised that it made it here. I mean, the developers have the license for the rally car, so makes sense, but... And they have a checker flag. Yeah, well, it says that it's 1988. Are these gonna be the credits of the game? No, it's just the credits of the montage. Right? Also, the credits are in French. I just realized. I'm assuming the developers are French. Well, it's saying 1999 there. I'm a little bit confused. You're giving me too many different days. But yeah, I guess we did beat the game. Pretty cool. I mean, we could try the car in where it says try car. That's supposed to be the final one. Yeah, this one. So how much horsepower did the other one have? The one that I used and he was the opponent. 430, so it is supposed to be the fastest one without doubt. Well, that's cool. But I want to see it. I want to see how fast it goes. Well, it already seems like it reaches its gear super fast. So it's a shame that this thing doesn't have a UI to show you what speed I'm going right now, but it seems that I am probably going pretty fast. It's also a pretty cool looking car, all things considered. Okay, well, oh yeah, the performance points are those things that you see down there. So I would assume that if you beat everything, you will reach 10,000. That it's something that you really wouldn't need to farm, I want to believe. Yeah, that's what the progression is. Basically, we got it all. What happens if you select one of these? Nothing. Oh, if you select this one, it starts the... So you can rewatch that if you want. You go here, you watch the video of that little car. Okay, well, I'm just gonna save, and I guess that was that for V-Rally 2. So I guess this is another one of my childhood games that I managed to beat as an adult. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess that will mean that the next game to play will be V-Rally 3. That definitely was not a childhood game, considering that it was on the Game Boy Advance. But yeah, we gotta continue with the series, and that will be the next one. But yeah, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with that game. So have a good one, and take care.